Hey guys, welcome back to Xamarin guys. So in this tutorial we are going to integrate one signal push notification inside our Xamarin Forms application. So at first we need to sign up for one signal account. I'll give that link in the description below. You can just sign up, then you will be displayed with this screen where I have given my application name as Hyperpost, and you will get your account and keys from this section. Now let's head over towards our Xamarin SDK Setup blog. I'll give that blog in my video's description below. You can go and check it out there. So at first our priority is to generate credentials for Android and iOS. So at first let's take Android at our first priority. We need to create a Firebase project. So I have logged in with my Gmail account and I should click on get started. Then we have to create a new project inside our Firebase console. So here I should write name as Hyperpost. You can give any name for your project. So select your country name, then create project. After our projects get created, click on this setting icon. Then we need to copy this server key to our one signal Android project configuration as per this document. So this is our document that tells that we should configure our Android project. Here I have not configured my application previously. So I'll select here Android. Then click on next. Here I should save my Firebase server key and server ID. So this is my server key that I need to copy, and then paste my server ID from my Firebase console. So this is my server ID. I'll paste it over here and then click on save. Now here I'll see lots of platform for Android where we want to configure. It's on Xamarin app. Click on next. Then we are done. Now I need to copy this app ID and then save it inside our Xamarin Forms app. At first I'll copy that app ID and then paste it somewhere. So I'll paste it over here. That's all. Now we can click on back, or here we can check subscribed user, and we don't need to do anything else over here. If we click on check subscribed user, then it will throw some errors telling that no user ID has been subscribed till. So we don't want to include this process as of now. So leave the setup. After configuring our Android project, then we'll again come over here to check whether that user is currently subscribed to our given app ID or not in our Android project. So this is my Android project. Now we have successfully configured our Android project in our one signal console. Now it's time to configure our Android project inside our Xamarin Forms application. So let's go ahead with that. Now let's install that plugin inside our Xamarin Forms app. We need to write one signal or one signal Xamarin. Then we'll select that package and add it inside our shared Android and iOS project, and then click on OK. So following our documentation, we need to copy this code and then paste it inside our app.xaml.cs. So You can take a fresh new project and then add it over here. You don't need to worry about this lots of codes. So inside your public app method, you can initialize over there, okay, and paste this code for initializing your one signal. Then we are going to add this inside our Xamarin Android project, inside our main activity.cs on create method. So we should copy this line of code, then paste it inside our Xamarin Android project main activity. So we'll paste it on create method after our Xamarin Forms initialize method. So we'll copy that our app ID that we saved previously and then paste it over here. Then inside our app delegate.cs of iOS project 2, we need to copy that same line of code and then paste it over there. So for iOS, just paste it over here. Then let's inherit from com.oneSignal. Then inside our Android setup section, we are going to add inside our app manifest.xaml. These are the set of lines of code that need to be embedded. So let's paste it inside our Xamarin Android manifest.xaml. That is our source code editor. Here we need to paste that code. So for our application ID, we'll select Android application, then copy that package name, then paste it over here. So we'll replace these two. According to this documentation, we need to copy this code and then paste it inside our application tag. So I'll copy that code, then let's paste it inside our application tag. Now we should replace our ID and then paste it over here. I've done some mistake over here. I should exclude that $sign. Please correct it from your side too. That's all. Now we have successfully configured for our Android project. Then let's configure for iOS setup too. So let's configure for our Xamarin iOS project. Now at first we need to create a provisioning profile. We have two options to create provisioning profile, that is option A and option B. Here I will select option B and create manual certificate that are really required. I don't know option A works or not, but I think option B is quite effective. So at first we are going to select this option, that is to create a new certificate from certificate authority. Then we need to save to disk and we need to add our email to over here. That's all. Let's go to our keychain access back again. So let's add that email over here and then save that certificate to your disk. So after generating a new certificate that will be saved inside your disk, then our next option is to enable push notification inside our Apple developer account. So click on Apple developer, then inside your Apple developer account you should buy a new Apple developer account. So this is my Apple developer account. Here I have already paid $100 to Apple so that I can build and generate a new IPA file and distribute inside my app store. So we need to enable and create a new identifier, then enable push notification inside our identifier, then we should follow this instruction, that is Apple push notification service that need to be enabled. So let's go to our Apple developer account. Now let's go to all certificates, then create a new certificate and select this option as per the documentation details and then click on continue. Then we need to click on continue. This is the same file that you generated from key value pair. So after saving that certificate from your certificate authority that we did previously, so this is the file that was generated after saving that file in the disk. So I'm utilizing that and then downloading it. So it have extension of .cer. So we have done this whole process. Then I need to open that .cer file. I'll stretch it a little bit over here inside my certificates. Then here today's date is Jan 28. Then I need to select that Jan 28 certificate. That's all. So let's save that certificate in desktop, then use some strong password that has been given by your client. That's all. Now give the file a unique number that has been done with .p12 extension. We have already done that. Now it's time to configure our iOS project inside our Hyperpost app. Then let's click on that. Then we need to configure for our iOS project. So here Apple iOS, then we just need to upload our p12 file. That's all. Click on save. Okay, we got this error. That's because we need to save same private key that we used during the time of creating that p12 certificate file that was given by our client. That's all. Now our Android and iOS project are fully configured. Now it's time to configure our Xamarin Forms iOS project. Now let's go to our Visual Studio. So I need to add that app ID that I saved inside my notepad. So we'll be reusing that app ID and then paste it inside our appdelegate.cs. That's all. Now let's configure for our iOS project. Now let's go to our info.plist. Here we need to enable background modes and then select remote notifications. Then inside our entitlement.plist, here we need to enable push notifications. Now we are going to add a new project, and inside our iOS extension section, here we need to select notification service extension. Here we need to add one signal notification service extension and then create a new project. So we should follow this way of creating extension name, and it should be inside our hyperpost app.ios. So we have followed this block. Now here our application name is one signal notification extension. So it's the bundle identifier should be com.hyperpost. The application name. Then we should add this plugin. Then we should copy this whole line of codes. If I select this, then all line of codes will be copied. Then I need to paste it inside my notification service.cs. So our deployment target will be 10.0 as of now. You can increase that too. That's all. Now let's see whether our everything is working or not. Here inside our entitlement.plist, we should add this group.com.hyperpost.one signal, and com.hyperpost will be your ID of the app followed by .one signal. So inside our app.xaml.cs, here I have left this section to add my app ID. So I'll copy that and then paste it over here. That's all. Now I'll set my iOS project to startup project. Okay, I got some error over here. So the notification won't work on the iOS simulator. Let's fix this issue. After doing some research, I found the issue to be fixed for iOS simulator. So this is the line of code that need to be copied and then paste it inside our app.delegate.cs. I'll give that link in the description below. You can grab that code. That's all. Now let's set Android project as our starting project, and let's start our Android app. So this is my Android app that is running. Now from our one signal console, we are going to push a new message from here. So let's type title for our push notification as test, then message. Now let's confirm. So these are the test devices, that is recipients, that is our Android and iOS devices that has been registered. So this is my Nokia phone that is going to display my first push notification. Now let's again send a push notification that will give a notification on the background. So now again confirm our push notification. So send the message and we should go to go with the push notification outside of the app. Now it's time to send push notification to our iOS simulators, and what I actually found was the iOS simulators does not support push notification. It only supports in-app notifications, but push notifications are supported in real devices. So in order to show this demo, it's actually working, I'll just add a in-app push notification. Then after clicking on confirm, then it should show you a push notification, that is in-app push notification for our iOS simulator. So here in down you can see we are getting a response from one signal inside our application output. So this tutorial is actually working. That's all. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Keep in touch for next tutorials.